Oh, we got 6 people in here. What's up, guys? Oh, shoot, it shows right up on the screen. Quentin Sparks, what's up, man? Just, I'm still trying to figure this stuff out. It's like my first live, so. Let's see. Does it show in the chat? It does, yeah. Isaac, Clinton. Shit was crazy, yeah. Ali, hello, brother, how are you? I'm pretty good. I've been sick for the past couple of weeks, but feeling pretty good now. Gotta get back in the gym soon, so. Just arm wrestled a little bit a couple days ago. I'm still a little bit hurt, but it's fine. Alright, so we got 10 people in here. Hopefully we'll get a little more, but sound quality a little low. Alright, try to fix that. If I bring it closer here, is that better? Sadly, I don't have a mic, so the phone's gonna do it for now. Alright, so yeah, I made the video recently about Larry wheels. It's pretty fun. Let's see, best way to recover from heavy grip training. That's pretty individual, to be honest, because I've tried a lot of things. I've asked a lot of people, and honestly, I think just resting, but also like doing really light stuff. Like I found if I do volume stuff with the hand and wrist, like if I take a rowing handle and I do cupping, or if I do like deadlifts off the ground, if I do it with lightweight for a week or two, usually whatever injury I had usually goes away. I did have one time where it lasted for a month, and it was because I wasn't doing anything. So I think if you just stop doing things entirely, it's just gonna hurt even more. So just keep the activity going, I would say. Let's see what this is. Isaac, hard to balance grip and arm wrestling training. I'm always beat up to train grip. Yeah, it is hard because, you know, over here it just gets inflamed, and when you try to do grippers, it's hitting that same spot right there in the medial elbow. It's like it just flares it up sometimes too much. I think the balance arm wrestling and grip training, what you got to do is I don't know, either take steroids or just take it really lightly, or just cycle in between. You know, you just do like 12 weeks of arm wrestling and then do 12 weeks of grip. Where you from? From Chicago. Ever ice your hands in cold water? Yeah, I've tried that. It doesn't really work too well. I mean, I find actually I do better when it's warmer. It's something to do with the blood flow. Usually I just massage the hand like this if it's gonna help at all. I stopped doing that ice cold water a long time ago. Didn't really help too much. Let's see. Move the hand out of the way. I have a question. Why can't I close 1.5 but not 90-pound bagel? I don't know. Grippers and bagels are usually a little different. I have a bagel right here, but right, it's a little bit different because for grippers you use the bottom two fingers, and for the bagel usually it's all it's mostly the top fingers that are used. Could be your bottom two fingers are stronger. When you try to close the bagel, you're not activating it as much. Maybe it's smaller. I mean, I have one right here. This is a pretty small bagel, and if you try to close it, you can see how the pinky sometimes can fall off, and you only use this one. How's the sound quality here? Is it good? Because I don't really have any. I don't really have a mic. I'm just talking through my phone. Let's see. A lot of questions. Okay. What about arm wrestling? Arm wrestling's pretty fun. I like to arm wrestle a lot. It's I don't know, it's a cool sport. I'm definitely interested in it, and I might even get into it, but I gotta cert the floor first. So yeah, let's see. Millennium. Yeah, Millennium. Someone in the chat asked if there's any places to buy grippers in Belgrade, but I don't know. I mean, I've been to a couple of gym stores when I was trying to buy chalk, and they had the really light ones, but there weren't any heavy torsion spring grippers, not that I know of. What do you wear on your New Year hearing aid? Are you going to be an arm wrestler? Yeah, I might be an arm wrestler, yeah. Let's see. Hi, Ivan. Nice clothes on Larry's channel. Thanks, Puzzled. Steroids help for grip strength. I wouldn't say they help too much, but I would say that if it's gonna help in grip, it's gonna help usually in the axle lifts and Saxon bar and stuff like that. Because usually the guys that are really good in that can lift a lot of weight to begin with. But for a gripper, you don't you're not going to benefit too much from using steroids because, I mean, you're not using so much power from your chest or anything, so it's, you know, your big muscle groups are not used as much. What's up? How many times a week do you recommend training grip strength? I usually just do once a week. Once or twice a week, and sometimes I'll take a break and just do it once every 2 weeks. I find the more rest I get between the sessions, the stronger I am, stronger I feel at least. I try to do it where you have a couple of days, you know, of rest and then you try to go again, but it's just too painful, and it's not really, it's just not for me. Clinton Sparks, is finding an Ironman certification judge difficult? I think it is now because of COVID. Yeah, ever since COVID hit, you can really find an Ironman judge because they're not doing in-person certifications anymore. So it's all, yeah, it's all just online. I hope they would, I hope they come back to the judges because if someone does a foresight, I think it would be a lot better if there was a judge there, just to like, I guess, make it even more official. You know, I think if I was ready to do a forcer right now, I would just do. I'd probably tell Ironmind that I would want to do in person. You know, grippers are mainly CNS and tendons. Yeah, they are. From where do you buy grippers? What size are you? How strong is your weighted pull-up max? I've done a strict full range chin-up at 200 pounds with 115 added. So 52 kilos, yeah. So 52 kilo, 115 pound strict chin-up like this. Hook or top roll? Probably hook. What's your goal weight for arm wrestling? Do you plan to do super heavyweight? Super heavy. I have trouble getting in the 200 pounds. I mean, I feel like I eat a lot already. I can't imagine being a super heavyweight. That'd be a little bit too much. But yeah, if I would compete in arm wrestling, I'd probably do 90, 95, somewhere along there. Not too heavy. Can you give an example of a weekly workout your first year or two? Yeah, yeah. It all started here in this room. I had a full caddy of grippers. I had like 5 grippers, like a 1.5, a 2, 2.5, and a 3. And before I would go to bed, I would just go and try it out. You know, I have a chalkboard right here, and I would just put some chalk, like a little bit, in my palm, and I would just try to close it, and then I would just go to bed. You know, let's see. Uh, January is 11 on. Yeah, maybe. For beat Levon, you won't need to eat way much, my friend. Yeah. Levon is not beatable. Don't put me next to him. My grip won't do anything to that guy. He's way too strong. How much was John actually trying in your match? Uh, by like, oh, he was trying in the beginning, but I think he just gave it up because that was midway through the practice, and he was probably feeling that injury a little too much, and I mean, it was a smart thing to let go because normally in that position you're holding someone's press. If you have an injury, which he did, he had an injury. I think he had an injury from Paul Lynn, from the Paul Lynn match. So he just kind of like let it go. But if he was fresh and I was fresh, he would just obliterate me. Like it wouldn't even be close. 'Cause I'm not an arm wrestler yet. So what is the size of your wrist now, and how much was it before you started with grippers? I think it grew about like a centimeter or a centimeter and a half. Not too much. Used to be, I remember it used to be 8 inches. Now it's like 8.5. Yeah. It's a little obnoxious. I have to keep pressing this button. You think grippers help with wrist and finger containment against top rollers? Yeah, they do. Mainly because even even though even though you're training it with your wrist bent back, in arm wrestling, you don't bend your wrist back, keep it cupped. the very idea of getting your fingers so strong to close, 3.5 or 4, it's gonna get your fingers pretty strong. Like it's a really good base to have if you're good at grippers and you're doing it from a wide set, then you have a pretty strong hand. Have you ever met Russian Schoolboy? What do you think about him? No, I never met Russian Schoolboy. I met his brother once. Yeah, he's pretty big in person when he's facing Devin. You know, I'm ready when he is, but considering I'm European, he's probably never gonna face me. You were just 20 years old and you already have a strong hand. You can be top 5 in a few years, same as college genetic freak. Eh, I don't think so. Ivana has a 28 centimeter wrist. That's crazy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's not human. Just got my first CLC gripper, .5. What workout do you recommend? In the beginning, I suggest just greasing the groove. You just kind of have to go through the motion. You got to get used to like squeezing things in general, because most people don't have a good feel. Most people don't even know how to squeeze a gripper to begin with. Most people just squeeze a gripper like they'll just put it in their hand like this, and then they'll try to squeeze like that. They don't even like put it set and do this way. So it's kind of a different uh, muscle activation, and then you got to build all the tendons and ligaments to get used to the resistance from those grippers. So it just takes time. I would suggest that starting out, you just do it a lot just to get used to it. I'm lifting dumbbells with fingertips. How many kilos do you think is world class? If by fingertips, by fingertips you mean thumbless, I have no clue. No clue. Probably 100 kilos, maybe. Let's see. Pancakes or waffles? Probably more of a pancake guy. Hmm. Grippers are strange. Some days I can close heavy ones, other days no. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's very CNS based, so you might feel good, but you know, it's hard. It's hard to tell when it's going to be a good day. I find that if you're already advanced, you usually start off with like a 2, and you can kind of dictate how well it's going to go based on how the lighter grippers go, but you won't know until you try it. So I would just suggest, if you do it once a week or twice a week, that you have like a specific day, or at least you know when you're gonna do it. And once that happens, you can start to, yeah, you can basically just get used to being able to tell how good you feel. It just takes time, yeah. How many days a week to rest? Yeah, I'm sorry if my mic sounds atrocious, but I'm doing it off my phone. It's pretty garbage. Will you try to close the GHP10 or even mess around with it at all? GHP10. I just got one recently. I didn't give it a proper attempt, but I did. I did try to feel it out. It's a damn brick, but I wouldn't doubt that someone can close it one day, but it's gonna be from a deep set. I don't think anyone's credit card closing that damn thing. It's too hard. Like um, it's such a wide gripper, and the spring is so thick that I just don't see it happening. Let's see. If you crush a hand of an average man, you broke his hands. Now, usually I don't shake people's hands. It's like I just do a dead fist like this, you know. Have you ever tried out doing a dead hang to see how long you can hang for? No, but it's actually not a bad idea. I feel like that's more endurance based. Might have to train for that. As Nathan Hall says, consistency is key. Yeah, you just got to keep doing it. I practiced with Devin. His King's move is locked, really difficult to get past. Yeah. How did Levon get so big so fast? I don't know, man. There's something that took in Georgia. I don't know, but he just left humanity behind. I mean, that guy is he's an animal. Can you beat Schoolboy in arm wrestling? No. Let's see. What about your arm wrestling training video? I don't really have an arm wrestling training video. I don't really post too much stuff there. When is your travel to Dubai? Probably this year. Probably this year I might be going to Larry's. Do you think it's necessary to hold? Yeah, I think it's necessary to start training thick bar because it's not really it's not exactly easy to only get good at grippers by only training grippers. So if you're gonna get strong, you might as well get strong all around and not just train one thing because it can only take you so far, you know. So yeah, I think training the pinch and the fat bar is definitely good. Grasps that no one else knows about that, yeah, and they really shouldn't. That Georgian juice, yeah. You should post videos in this channel and you can grow way faster. Yeah, yeah. I gotta start doing that more often. I have a hand grip that goes up to 40 kilos. I find it difficult to reach 40, and there are days where I seem to lose grip strength. Yeah, that's perfectly normal, especially at the start, because you don't have, like I said before, people are not used to it. It's a new movement, basically. People are not used to like crushing things too much. But I would say that if you're trying to increase the grip strength on that particular gripper, I would suggest if it's an adjustable one, try to get it to where you can do um, what's it called? Try to adjust it maybe 10% weaker than what your 1 rep max might be, and then try to rep it. I wouldn't do too much. I wouldn't try to do it too often though. Fingertip containment is what would really transfer over to arm wrestling really well. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, majority of the time, it's really just when you're holding on to somebody and they're trying to topple out of you. It's just the fingertips have to be strong enough to really contain them, because in a top roll they do attack your fingertips. So I would say that in general, if you're trying to train for arm wrestling, you have to do a lot of containment work, and not just. I mean, people can train grippers, but I feel like often arm wrestlers get pain in their fingers when they train a lot with containment, with the containment stuff and the grippers, because it does take a lot out of you. Please post more training videos. You're really starting outside of grippers too. Thanks. I might, yeah. I was thinking of posting some stuff. Have you tried wrist wrench or pronation, supination stuff? I've tried a wrist wrench before. I've done 96 pounds on a wrist wrench, not cupped, but just this way. And as far as supination and pronation stuff, I did 90-pound pronation once. That's my max. I never tried supination. Let's see. What injury preventions do you do besides band extensions? Well, I usually do uh, rest. I usually don't do um, I don't do my sessions too close together because that can lead to an injury. So uh, if I do a session today, for example, on a Sunday, and I wanted to train grippers today, but then I did, um, let's say I wanted to do fat bar pinch on a Wednesday, then I would just I would just save my I would just save my entire body for that day. Like I wouldn't go to the gym on Monday or Tuesday. I would just rest those 2 days and then go on Wednesday and I would work on the fat bar and pinch, but I would also do uh, full body stuff. So I usually do training right after grip because it's a little bit easier. But sometimes I'll do grip training on a, for example, Wednesday, and then I'll go to the gym and work out regular stuff on a Friday. I'm kind of basing it on feel mostly. Will you ever try lifting the Millennium dumbbell? Mm, yeah, but I gotta try the inch first. Hey,
Are you on the phone?
yeah, I'm doing it live.
Seriously?
Yeah,
But why are you stopping now?
I'm not stopping right now, but you gotta close the door.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, so the Millennium, I haven't even tried the inch in a long time, like literally a year. It's been a year since I tried the inch dumbbell, and I'm not even sure if I can lift that one still because I didn't train for it. So, do you ice your hands or believe in that? No, don't ice the hands. Fat bar makes crushing grip harder, even the day after, especially. Yeah, if you're gonna do fat bar stuff, do and grippers on the same day. Always do the grippers first. Don't do grippers after fat bar because your hands are just gonna get fried. Let's see. What technique would you use against Levon? The running away technique. You ever thought of trying creatine? No, I'm not gonna use creatine. Do you do push-ups and pull-ups? I do pull-ups mostly. Have you tried spinning balls for recovery? No. Lifting 40 kilo pinky finger world class? Probably. I mean, I wouldn't try that. I feel like that would really hurt poor pinky. But yeah. I think it's been 30 minutes. I'm not gonna do these lives for too long. I mean, this is the first one. I think the next one I gotta get I gotta get a mic because this is so awkward just to use this phone and just scroll through. It feels really unprofessional. East versus West, who wins? That's a good one. Um, yeah, that one's next week. Uh, I think I think John will win against Angerbayev. I think Dave will win against Morozov. I think Prudnik will beat Hutchings. I think uh, I think Gennady will beat Jerry, and I'm not sure. I think Oleg might get David, maybe. Um, Trying to think of the other ones. Help me out here, guys. What are the other matches going on in the East versus West? I know Derek Smith has one with the Georgian guy, Revaz. I think Revaz will take that one. And yeah, overall, I think the East will win. So yeah, you should ask Michael Todd for going to the Monster Factory. I'm sure he would accept and pay you for the travel and everything there. Yeah, I don't know if I want to go there. Do you run too for cardio? Yeah, most of my cardio is usually from just basketball. I usually just play basketball as a hobby. You ever tried a one-arm pull-up? Yeah, and I failed miserably. I fell on my knees trying to do it. Uh, how long have you been doing arm wrestling? Hmm, about a year. I've been doing it on and off. I don't really practice too much. I just go to a couple practices once in a while, and then I stop, and then I do grip, and then I come back. It's always like an itch to scratch kind of thing. I think Prudnik and Hutchings will be a war. Yeah, maybe, maybe. Larry Wheels, I hope he'll be fine. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. He injured his back or something doing the deadlifts. I hope he recovers fast. Splanko versus Levon would be insane. It would be, yeah. I think I think Prime versus Prime. I think Levon wins right-handed, but I think Dennis might be able to take it left-handed. Yeah, most likely he takes it left-handed. Cody versus Morozov left. Morozov takes that one. Ray versus Ryan. Uh, that one I don't know actually, because I was thinking Ray might win it, but of course Ryan's looking a little bit stronger than usual, so he might actually get it. Daniel versus Corey. Hmm. I think Daniel might win that one. Yeah. David versus Bolzadar. I'm not sure about that one. You think grip is the only thing you can be really strong at lifting, wait, or lifting two? Um, yeah, yeah. I think grip is like the only thing that I can be this strong at. Yeah, I don't think I can be this strong at anything else. You can dunk on a 10-foot rim. I can somewhat dunk. It's like the rim is here and my finger is here, and then I'm like getting it in. I'm like kind of trying to stuff it in. It's not like I'm not really dunking it, but I'm kind of dunking it. If you get what I mean. Is it possible to get injured while training grip? If yes, is it common or more difficult to happen? Yeah, I mean it's of course possible. I would say even if you're not overtraining, it's still difficult to get injured training grip because anything can happen. A lot of times people might get injured with grip if they do a lot of negatives, like a lot of heavy negatives, or uh, if they just try to lift heavy weight that's too much for them, or if they overtrain. What exercises do you think is good for arm wrestling? Uh, a lot of bicep curls, a lot of pronation, side pressure. Of course, you also need uh, finger containment and all that stuff. Let's see. Have you ever tried GHP 10? Yeah. Not an official try, but I did try it just to give it a feel, and it is strong. It's like I mean, it's a brick, and it's how the floor felt for me when I first tried it. It was pretty difficult. Would you ever do arm wrestling as a career? Maybe, maybe. Sorry, still got a cough. I was sick for like 2 weeks, so bear with me here. Negatives from the number three ruined my hands for grippers. Yeah, yeah, it happens. I think I did negatives for a little bit when I first started out. I was trying to do negatives with a 3.5 so I could close a three. Um, didn't really work, but I think I was lucky I didn't get too injured there. Do you like isometric exercises? Yeah, don't really train isometrics, I don't think. On how many kilos you can lift with the one-handed grip. Uh, I did recently 89 kilos on the RGT handle. Was a body weight pull, so yeah, I would say about that much. I tried rolling thunder as well. I think I did like 95 or something like that. Pull-ups or hanging on the bar, good for grip training. Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, if you put a lot of weight on you and you train pull-ups or chin-ups or whatever, and you hang on to the bar, that's definitely gonna improve it, improve your grip a lot. Can you beat Devin's son? He seems to be progressing well. I don't know which son that would be, because he got like two or three of them, but maybe, maybe. Double overhand, one hand, 150 kilos. Double overhand. Deadlift overhand, one hand, 150 kilos. I don't think I can lift that much in general with one hand on a barbell. I could do it on a dumbbell maybe. Uh, let's see. Nayaki Buddhas, follow. Let's see. Where are you from? Chicago. Alright, I think I'm gonna. Any grip goals you have currently? See, when I want to go, that's when you start asking questions. Let's see. Any grip goals you have currently? Yeah, I gotta set the four. It's an impossible task, not made for humans or mortals, but it's got to be done. You should try to deadlift 315 or 405 with one hand, no strap. Seen some people do it on YouTube. That's a lot of weight, and that's a big difference. 315 or 405. If I was genuinely like strong overall as those guys were, I definitely could do it. But for me, my grip is stronger than my body. So like if I try to deadlift like 400 pounds, it would be my body stopping me from lifting it, not necessarily my hands, because I've done double overhand rack pulls and I can rep like 450 no problem. But if I try to lift it, my back's gonna break. It's just gonna snap in half. When you go to greet someone, do you shake people's hands hard? No, no. I usually just uh I usually just dead fish it, you know. Uh Rolling thunder or chin ups, pull ups. Yeah, I tried recently, I might put this up. I tried an assisted one arm pull up where I held my wrist like this and I did it on the RGT handle on the rolling grip thingy from Grip Genie. And I don't know if that's very strong or not, but I haven't seen anyone do it without assisting. So if someone could do that, that would be really impressive. What is your walking weight during competition? Just 90 kilos, just around there. There's some dude on YouTube video out there. He does 405 one hand, no strap. That's pretty good. If you didn't do hook grip for that, that's very impressive. Is there a medicine you take to rest your hand fast? No. Usually I just yeah, that stuff, I don't know. I mean, I've done stuff that people have suggested, like rice or sand bucket, or I don't know. It just goes by feel. I mean, the secret is for me, if I rest long enough, I'm gonna be good for the session. If I don't rest, then I'm just gonna feel like, you know, my hand will ache and all that stuff, so it's not gonna feel good. Shaking the woman's hand a little too hard, do you think it makes a good first impression? Uh, nah. Don't do it hard. Morgan Cho recommends to soak the hands in hot water, steam the hand massage. Maybe. I mean, I used to do that too in the beginning when I was training grip in the garage. Yeah, I might do a video with Juji if he wants. If he wants, I might do it. I think I met him at the Arnold, and I introduced myself to him, and he said we can keep in touch for a future video. How do you go about competing in the Arnold? Do you live close? Yeah, I mean, I guess Chicago, Ohio is Columbus. Yeah, it's pretty close. It's only like an hour flight. So yeah. Do you eat a ton of food to maintain your mass? Mm, I wouldn't say a ton, no. A rack pull is good for grip. I've seen someone like Prudnik do 320 kilos, and Vitaly has done 340 or 350 with a hook grip. That's pretty good. Dave Shamier has a 290 kilo double overhand, no hook grip. Yeah, that one's just unbelievably strong. You know, I mean, David's a beast. Let's see. Rack pulls good for grip. Yeah, I would say they are, but remember, um, like if you're trying to look for carryover to grippers specifically, you have to learn how to set, and you also have to like get used to squeezing the gripper. You know, I wouldn't say it's a good idea to like if you're gonna try to get good at grippers, don't only train like grippers and don't only do stuff outside. You know, if you're gonna do it, train specifically for it, and you're gonna get results that way. Did it cost you a lot to compete? Have you ever been offered any sponsorship to help you out? No, I haven't been offered any sponsorship, but the competition wasn't that expensive for me because I was invited. So to compete, it only cost like $100 total, and of course then you got to pay for the flight, but even that one wasn't too much. What is the best place to buy grippers currently? I bought my previous one on Amazon and Cam Powerworks. Uh, that's pretty much where I get it. Yeah, I mean it's not really that big a deal. Natty or nah, yeah. definitely natty. Uh, I think the knurling has changed. Akira Akato made a video showing the differences in knurling between of COC being sanded softer. You know that may be possible because I've noticed the older grippers, the older COCs have a little bit of a sharper knurling. I don't know why, but if it's possible that they're sanding it, then it might end up harder. The seller who sold me the hand grip stuff told me I could pop someone's skull. Is that possible? Yeah, totally. What are the feet of strength and the four credit card shirt equivalent to, seeing as no one has done it and it's been nearly 2 decades since the rule changed? I would say shirting the four would be like probably like raw benching 800 pounds or deadlifting, 505 kilos, something like that. Show them in Dubai what people from Serbia are capable of. Keep it up. Wish you the best. Thanks, Luca. Did Rich Piana ever try grippers? No, I don't think so. He was a cool dude, though. How much do you think weight? How much? Wait. How much do you think is weight in lifting world-class dumb? If by that you mean pinch, I think probably like 80 pounds, one-handed pinch is pretty good. But for world-class, I think you gotta go over like 110 pounds, then you start getting world-class. Maybe a double-inch dumbbell clean. Yeah, I mean, I know that Mike Burke tried the inch clean. he got super close. I mean, he got closer than anyone ever did. So if yeah, that's definitely a feat that's comparable to a four shirt. Yeah. How long until credit card close number four? I don't know. It's just gonna come when it comes, I guess. It's not really something I choose. Have you tried closing number four with a CCS with credit card set recently? See a TNS is very very good. Yeah, I tried a 205 number four with a card, and it was close. It was like a millimeter off, but I think maybe I might be able to do it right now. Would you say TNS is more difficult than the credit card set for you, or easier, or you just know more practice with the TNS set? I don't do TNS at all, actually. I only did it for a couple of videos just because I haven't seen anyone do it at that IGC. But no, I would say TNS is a lot more difficult than a credit card set. Because for TNS, I mean, you basically just have to set it. I mean, yeah, just you can't even set it at that point. That thing just going all the way back in the at the thumb pad to rest there, and then you just gotta squeeze it. So I wouldn't suggest people training. Oh, you meant wide set? Um, yeah, those two are actually pretty similar for me because most of the time when I do wide set, it's kind of close to a credit card width. But I wouldn't say, but I wouldn't say that it's it's not the same, but it's pretty close. Saklayayım sesini gripten marjindas. Burada onun yeftinin gripers AliExpress. I don't know about the AliExpress ones. Um, if you're trying to look for what grippers to get that would compare to the 60 kilo one that you have, it uh, might be a 1.5 or a 2. Usually, most grippers out there, they're like comparable to a 1.5 or a 2. They're somewhere in between those. Bless my friend, I think CLC's 4 would not be a limit. I might should produce something like a COC 5 maybe. Yeah, maybe. Is thickness of the hand and size important for the big closes? Yeah, I mean, usually the thumb pad needs to get pretty big, and if that can keep the gripper from sliding back, and the pinky pad grows from the grippers, so yeah, it helps to have a big hand, but sometimes when it's too big, it can work against you. Is it me, or do GHPs feel easier near close and COCs easier on set to move? Uh, no, it's definitely not you. I've noticed that too, because the GHP grippers tend to have a harder sweep. So when you try to close them from a wide set, it really takes more out of you than a COC. Did it take you long for you to beat the 2.5? Uh, mm, no, it took me like 4 months since I started. Barbell finger rolls are pretty good transfer to grippers. Probably, yeah. I mean, I haven't done them too much. I've done 275 finger curls on the barbell like last year, I think, for like 3 or 4 reps. What's your all-time best rolling handle lift? I pulled 105.6 and a 2 inch and 91 and a 2.7 inch after a couple of weeks. I also closed to 2.5 after one session, so I think I'm good at this too. Yeah, that's pretty good actually. I don't know what handles you used, uh, but my best rolling handle lifts were definitely 89 kilos for the RGT, and for the Rolling Thunder, I think I did 95. I think for those, I'm a little bit limited on the fact that it's heavy just to lift 95 kilos on that. Canon is creating a list for people to get onto by renting his grippers. It's not a cert, but will you try it out? Maybe, yeah. I mean, if he does it, that sounds pretty cool. How to sweep, heard of that before, yeah. Imagine GHP handles with a CLC spring. Yeah, probably be better that way. Although I don't know. I'm so used to the Captain Akash gripper handles that anything different just kind of throws me off a little bit. How does Vitali have the strongest GM score while not being able to close heaviest grippers? Which do you think represents more accurately pure crushing strength? Oh, I mean, he trains mostly on that GM 150, and I think that's why his score is so high. Like, for me, I don't train it ever because I always have to do grippers, and if I wanted to get really good at the dynamometer scores, I would really have to stop doing the grippers too much, because I would just replace each session I do with grippers with the GM, and I think I could get to 150 now if I really tried, but the score that Vitali's doing is still really it's really strong, and he can't do as heavy grippers as me, particularly because his bottom 2 fingers probably aren't as strong. Because usually for grippers, the bottom 2 fingers carry a lot of the load, and because the handles look like this, and they're not already set parallel. So if they were set parallel like this, then Vitaly might do a little bit better on those kind of things, because he's so used to squeezing the GM, which has parallel handles, which are straight. So the way that he squeezes it is a little different, because he's using more all of his fingers, particularly these two, than he's using the bottom 2. But since the gripper is closed this way and they're slanted, you have to rely more on the bottom two fingers for it. Any tips, any tips on training the thumb palm muscle for size? Yeah, I found grippers do help a lot for that. Probably if you have like a really light gripper, do like thumb pinches on it maybe. Funny how grip and dynos work similar, but sometimes not very accurate for vice versa. Yeah, I mean, look at a guy like David Shaney who's reps to 4, but um, his GM score is still, a lot lower than Vitali's, and I don't think he has a weaker grip than Vitali. Alexi Voivoda says he would train individual fingers at a time on a pulley. What do you think of it? I wouldn't recommend that. That would hurt, because, I don't know. I don't train my fingers individually because I do grippers. When you do grippers, you just kind of like, you develop a feel for it, and if you start doing like each finger individually, it kind of throws it off. You need to train on the GHP10 gripper now. Greetings from England. What's up, Chris? So do you think Vitaly would do very good on choked grippers? Yeah, I think he would do pretty good on those. Maybe. I don't know. Usually arm wrestling lowers my dynos also. Cannot arm wrestle and do grippers plus dyno. Yeah, I mean, it's really difficult to do grippers at the same time as arm wrestling, because most of the time you don't have to rely so much on your fingers when you're beating people at an arm wrestle. Like, it's just kind of a lot of it, like a lot of good hookers will just kind of throw their arm into it and they'll put their hand on top of yours, and they don't have to use their fingers too much, because if their palm is over yours like this and they turn you over and they're in the hook, like, I mean, what does he need to do grippers for? He's literally just beating you with his arm. I'm around 90 kilos too. I think I'll close number 3 quite soon. I'm just not in a position to complete anywhere now. Oh, compete. You and Jed have both really got me started training grip. I really appreciate it. Oh, that's nice. No problem, man. I also got started from Jed Johnson. It's pretty cool. Arm wrestling will definitely suffer from gripper use and vice versa. Yep. One question, do you extend your arm after setting and currently go for the close of a gripper, or do you try and keep it locked? Power outfit. Oh, that's actually a good question. Let me try to think of it. Usually this is my position. Yeah, usually when I do grippers, this would be my position right here. And then I might turn it to show, or I just keep it. Sometimes I have to keep it here because if I try to open it, if I try to show it like this, it's gonna open. Yeah, same as mine, slightly extended. Yeah. Yeah, I can't do it like this. If I do it like this, like, it won't work as well. It might have something to do with the tendon lengthening. Yeah. Damn, we've been on for an hour. I was super easy to top roll in training when I would use grippers all the time. Does closing a number 4 make your handshake bone crushing, or are they not as related? Well, I guess someone will have to find out the answer to that question, but no, I wouldn't do that to someone, even if I could. Alright, so it's been an hour, so a little bit longer than I think I wanted to do this for, but I hope it's pretty good. I know if the mic, I don't really have a mic right now, but I'm gonna buy it, and I'll get used to this whole live stuff and videos more in front of the camera and all that stuff. Still a little bit nerve-wracking like this, but still not bad. I think we'll end it in about 5 minutes. I'll answer the remaining questions. Crazy because your mouth looks a little bit like left arms. Maybe. Training grip helped me in many things in life. Today I was able to open pickled cucumbers and quail eggs. Yeah, that's when right when you need it the most, that's when it's gonna help you. When I wasn't recovered from grippers, I was easy to top roll. Yeah, but I would say for the top roll, you also need a strong wrist. So like if your wrist is strong as well as your fingers, then it's gonna be much harder to top roll you, because it's harder for them to hit your fingertips, but also they can't roll out of your hand as easily. How strong is Brezink? He's just a wall. Like if you take a strap and then you put it to a tree and then you try to pull against the strap, that's what it feels like. Doesn't feel like you're doing anything. Amazing athlete. Good luck in all you do, bro. Thanks. Really enjoyed it, man. Thanks for answering the questions. How strong? Did closing number 4 make your hand tougher in arm wrestling, or did it help only a little? No, it definitely did help a lot in arm wrestling. I mean, I haven't been top rolled yet. I haven't gotten someone to like open my hand up, and I faced some pretty strong guys. So yeah, it's. I think it does help a lot. But closing a number 4 would help a lot more than if you could close a number 3, because the differences between a 4 and a 3 is huge. So the carryover you get from that it's a big difference. Let's see. How much hand size? 27, 28 centimeters. I don't know. Mine is like 21, I think. Yeah, 21, 21 and a half, something like that. Can't imagine 27, 28 centimeters, a huge ass ham. Any tips on pain behind the hand when doing grippers besides resting on the backhand? Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about. Usually these muscles right here, they get a little tense. Usually it happens right between the ring and the pinky finger. Yeah, you have to take off a little bit for that, but I would also suggest you work on the rice bucket and train your extensions a little bit. Just take it easy for about a couple of weeks, and it should simmer down. But in general, yeah. You ever use a plate-loaded grip machine or variations for grippers? No, but I did try it once. There's one at the gym that I go to. It's not bad, but it's got a different feeling because it's a smooth handle, and the handles are slanted downwards. You're kind of squeezing this way. Feels a little harder than if you just did it straight up and down. I started to feel power in my hands as I worked the grip training, but this isn't anything ordinary. It's the feeling that you have to have it. It's the feeling that you have it. Yeah, basically. Wish you all the best. I hope people see you at the king of the table in the future. Yeah, maybe. Your inspiration and for your strength. For your age, you have surreal strength. Thanks. Alright, so one more question. What if instead of cupping, you kick your wrist back and squeeze on the thumb as hard as you can? Wouldn't you think it would work? Nah, I mean, I think it would work anyways, because if their arm is stronger than mine, I mean, I'm just gonna lose. I think I'm better off just cupping. You ever squeeze bands, like stretch it a bit, and then use fingers only and grip and crush it? Could it be good for recovery, active recovery? Yeah, I use the bands a lot, usually for a day or two per week. Yeah, that stuff helps out a lot on the extensors. Keeps the forearm balanced, and also prevents the injuries. So, exercise bands, maybe. All right, that's gonna be the end of this live. I think I'll do one next week. I'm gonna upload this on the channel for anyone else to see. Appreciate it, guys, and yeah, see you next time.